Hi there, I'm Annika. I'm a violinist and a yoga teacher, and I've got a few stretches for you to help you with the common aches and tensions that we get as violinists. So I've been playing for 30 years. I've been through various aches in my body, particularly from playing violin, in my back, in my shoulder, particularly that bit under the left shoulder blade from holding the violin in that static position. You probably know the area I mean. Wrists, particularly the right wrist, bowing wrist, and neck tension, jaw tension is really common for violinists. So I'm just going to give a few stretches that I think are some of the best ones to get into those areas. And almost all of these stretches I'm going to give you, you can do sat in a chair in rehearsal. You can put your violin on your lap and do these. And like sometimes people look at me strangely when I start stretching in rehearsals, but I'm the one not in pain. So do them. It's good for you. It's really important to look after your body, especially if you want to keep playing all of your life, right? So here we go. If you've got 1 minute in a rehearsal and you just need to like reset, have a little bit of relief, lock your fingers, interlock your fingers, turn those wrists out like that. And then we're just going to take the arms up. So I think this is the best stretch if you've only got a minute. It opens up the shoulders, which is really important. And this is quite an opposite action to what we're always doing with violin. So it opens them up, opens the chest, gets a bit more oxygen into your lungs, which is always a good thing. It stretches the wrists and the fingers, so it's all connected here. Try and straighten the arms and try and take the elbows back behind the ears and release the neck there, release any tension in the jaw. And then change the interlock of your fingers. So remember which way you've gone. Go the other way and do that again. Lovely. Okay. And then just a good old shoulder roll, which is probably something you might instinctually do, but moving the joints, getting some mobility into these joints is really gonna help keep them lubricated and working. So all of the fascia, the myofascia, the like sinews around your muscles and particularly in the joints, we need to move that to keep it more jelly-like and not tying up in knots, which is basically what happens when we're still for a long time. So lots of this kind of thing, all right. And then let's move on to the neck. So loads of tension in the neck for musicians, not just violinists. This might be relevant to other musicians as well. I'm just going to drop the neck to one side. So I'm going to drop my ear to my shoulder. And then really gently, you're not going to force anything ever with the neck. You can take your hand over your ear and just add a little bit of a drawing pressure there. And then you can take the other hand and gently start feeling into the space to the side or behind you here, and turn the wrist and see, just be explorative with this one, like see where the feeling changes. You might get a feeling all the way down the arm here. I'm feeling that now, all the way to my thumb. So as you start to move your body more and do these like slow stretches with conscious movement, you learn a lot about your body, and that is what yoga is really about. It's a journey of exploration. It's not really about like being really flexible or making like fancy shapes. It's just about exploring your body and figuring out where you feel things, where the edge of your feeling is, and avoiding pain. So we can do that one on the other side as well. And I didn't show you on the first side, but if you take your gaze down as well to the hip, and you can keep moving that other arm in space, the stretch may come to a different part of the neck at the back there. Lovely. So I'm holding the back of my head. Really nice. So I think that is one of the best ones for the neck. You can, of course, just take some really gentle movements with the neck as well, maybe coming all the way up, but always go gently with the neck. The top of the top vertebrae here that hold the head, they're doing a lot of work. So just be aware always of where your jaw is. I mean, particularly playing violin, we often have tension holding the instrument. So in your practice, maybe just see if you can lift your chin, if you don't do that already, off the chin rest while playing, and see what different release that might bring in the jaw and in your neck. Brilliant. Okay, so you may have come across a stretch called cat-cows, and we often do this on our hands and knees, and we let the back lift and drop. But we can also do this sat down. So I'm going to show you side on, just so you can see what's happening in my spine. So if you're sitting in a chair or you're sat on the floor, you can do this. So first I'm going to tuck my tailbone, I'm going to roll that, so I'm going to tilt my hips back like that and push my spine back. I might be bracing myself on my knees, and I'm going to really let the chin go all the way to the chest. So making a lovely curved spine there. My voice has gone funny. And then I'm going to go the other way. So I'm going to go tailbone first. So I'm tilting the hips forward now, taking that tailbone back, and then starting to make a concave shape with the back. And finally lifting the chin and drawing my shoulders back. So I'm thinking about the space between my shoulder blades as well. So here I've really tried to take my spine forward and my shoulder blades back. And when I came into this extremity there, I'm trying to push that space between my shoulder blades back. I'm taking the shoulders forward. So can you see that? We've got two opposites here. You can connect the breath really nicely with this one. So breathing out as we come back like this. And breathe in as you lift the chin and come forward. You can do that as fast or slow as you like. If you've got space on the floor, you obviously do it on your hands and knees as well. It's really nice. Cat-cows. Okay, so a bit more for the shoulders. We're going to do Gomukhasana, which is cow pose, weirdly. So we're taking one arm up, and my thumb, I'm going to aim to go down my spine. So all the way up, thumb down the spine. I've opened up this shoulder really nicely. I'm going to give that a bit of extra help with this hand by twisting that back. So I'm twisting, and that elbow is going to go back. Just checking where my head's at, crown of the head coming up, always in center line with the spine if possible. And I can encourage that elbow back. So that's stage one. If you're quite bendy and you want to try stage two, then you take the other arm around, drop that shoulder back. I'll show you this way round. So that arm's gone like that, this one. Take your time getting into the stretches as well. So taking the shoulder back, and then I can take my hand up. You might be able to catch. Don't worry if you can't. You can also use a belt here like that and work on bringing that shoulder back and this elbow back. And again, checking you haven't thrown your ribs forward. So take the lower ribs back, keeping the spine straight. Really nice. So do that one obviously on both sides as well, but I'll move on for now. And then the next one is one of my favourites, and one of my colleagues also said that this just changed her violin playing and relieved so much pain. And it's really, really simple. Just going to give yourself a hug. So cross your elbows and take those fingers right round. And if you can, you're going to catch your shoulder blades here. And when you catch your shoulder blades, you can give yourself a bit of a massage up and down the shoulder blades there. Oh. And then I really like to have a bit of a twist in this one as well, and a bit of a bend forward. And you can have a go at lifting the elbows too, see how that sort of changes things. Always remember to do the other side. So doing both sides is really important. Even if you feel that there's like one side where you've got more of a tension than the other, or you've got a pain on one side, you might find that doing the opposite side actually releases that more. Great, so what's next? Twist. Really important to twist the spine. So easiest way to do this, and we're going to connect the breath. We'll breathe in and lift the arms up. Breathe out, we're going to twist one way, so your hand goes to the opposite knee and your other hand props you up behind you. If you're in a chair, this arm can be resting on the back of the chair, and you just grab that knee. And then try and connect your sit bones down onto whatever surface is below them, and think about stacking your vertebrae up from that point. So really lifting from the base of the spine. And as you breathe in, lift the spine, open the chest. And as you breathe out, roll the shoulders down and twist more. Going the other way. So I'm going through these quite quickly, but the longer you spend with your breath in these poses, the more depth you're going to find. So do try and, if you can, give yourself a few minutes on this, especially if you're doing long practice sessions or long rehearsals where you are sat still. If you don't want to do them in the green room or in front of other people, do them at home as soon as you get home after or before you leave the house. It is going to make a difference for the longevity of your playing, I promise you. Wrists, let's move on to wrists. So lots of us get wrist pain, right? Violin. So the first one would be, stop right there, grabbing all your fingers with the other hand, including the thumb. Don't forget the thumb, and drawing that back. So side on. Really simple. So I'm stretching these muscles underneath here. And then you can also go down and stretch this way. That's really nice. A lot of violinists, we get tension in this muscle here. This muscle works really hard in our bowing arm. So I quite regularly like to dig my opposite thumb in there and give that a nice massage. So when we massage, we're releasing the fascia, which is all of that stuff that surrounds our muscles and our organs. It's all over the body, it's even in the brain. And it can get quite, it's sort of like jelly, spongy jelly stuff made of like sort of sinews, and that's where you can gather like knots. So you may well have strained a muscle, but often it's the fascia that's actually causing a build-up. And I'm pressing on this one muscle here. I can feel that right into my fingers. That is one that I work really hard. I'm playing lots and lots of semiquavers. So I really feel that one there. Brilliant. And there is a couple more if you have a wall or floor available. Actually, there's one more for the wrists we can do here that you can do sat down. So just grabbing the wrist really tightly with the finger and fourth thumb on the other hand, and then giving that a little bit of rotation. So this is really massaging the tendons that come into the hand there. Lovely. And yeah, there's one more if you have got the floor available to you, or you can do it against a wall. I'm going to really spread my fingers, like really spread them. So think surface area maximizing, right? You might find as a violinist that your left fingers actually do spread a bit further than your right if you've worked really hard to create more independence in that left hand. I'm spreading the thumbs towards each other, the middle fingers away and the little fingers right out towards the other sides. And then first, just lift the heel of the hand there. That's such a good stretch on the fingers. Whoa. And then you can play then with just bringing the weight forwards and backwards over the wrists. I used to get quite a bit of wrist pain, particularly on the right. And when I started my handstand training, when I was becoming a yoga teacher, I haven't had pain since from playing. So it's not just about stretching and flexibility. Yoga is about building strength, and the strength in the muscles, the strength around those joints, the mobility of the joints is what is going to keep us pain-free. So I'm just turning my hands out to the side here. I'm still just playing with bringing my body weight over my hands. This is really nice because you can totally control how much weight you are putting on your wrists here. You turn them inwards and even back towards you if you've got that range of motion. Great, and there's one more I want to show you for the shoulder, but you do need a wall or the floor. You can do this on the floor. And I think as a violinist, this spot behind the left shoulder blade is where I most feel tension. So you can do this standing against the wall or lying on your front on the floor. So you're going to stretch that left arm out and then look the opposite way. And then I'm going to use my right fingertips on the wall just to push my right shoulder away. So my left shoulder is touching the wall, my left ear is touching the wall, and I'm drawing my right shoulder back. Yeah. There's a sigh of relief, like, oh, that's the spot. Yeah, gets really into that spot under the shoulder blade. You might feel it down the left side of the neck as well. So if you're doing this lying on the floor, you can imagine that, then your right leg can find the ground behind you like that. Really nice. You might want to take that hand away. To the other side as well. One I think that almost gets there that's similar is just to clasp the hands behind and raise them up a bit. And you can bring a little back bend in with that one as well if you like. You can do that standing up. Oh, fabulous. Okay, I hope that has been really helpful for you. Do leave me comments or ask questions, or let me know if there's other areas, particularly as a violinist, that you get tension and aches and pains. I want to help. My key things to remember would be connect the breath. Conscious movement, conscious breath is just what we all need to live healthier lives, both physically and mentally. The strain of performance stress and anxiety can be really heavy on us as well. Remembering to breathe deeper and do these things within the stretches and while playing the music to help calm our nervous system is going to really, really help. So yeah, hope that's been good. Bye for now.